Well, hello, it's your old mate Dave Spencer, back with you again, and we're messing about with the Woodhead pass today. We tried up on the pass, it was raining, so we've come back down to the roundabout at Hyde. It's quite getting busy, early afternoon. The light is pretty good. It's cloudy, but you can film in any direction, which is super. What are we going to see? I don't know. We shall see what we shall see. Anyway, when is it? Yes, it's September 2022. Yesterday was the state funeral for the late Queen Elizabeth II, and we moved on now. We've got King Charlie III, and life has got to pick up again. We've got lots of problems as a country to sort out, but God willing, we'll get there in the end. Anyway, I'll see you all later on. Ta-da for now. That's the sort of nearest we're getting to the buses, the ring and ride. Sort of concept that's becoming popular to try, but not always successful. I'm not really sure what all the hundreds and hundreds of cars are in aid of. It's not going home from work time yet. Not that many lorries coming the other way, but there are roadworks up there, but they weren't too bad when I came back through them. I thought I might pick a different route, go further on and then double back, but no, there was no need. It wasn't bad. A lot of enthusiasts into XPO, the latest incarnation, which used to be Nobby's, albeit a Dodger's angle. They can keep rolling them past me one by one, and the afternoon would pass very quickly. Nothing coming the other side. I'm quite good at sort of glancing out the side of my eye. You get a sort of sixth sense that something's about to sneak up on you. I think that's going to become more and more the case though when we get to more and more electric vehicles. Still nothing coming the other way. That recovering waste thing's pen and inked a bit, you know. It's a shame that model lorry manufacturers sort of don't go a little bit more for some of the smaller vehicles, but there again, everywhere's got their own wish lists on that type of thing, haven't they? It's taken a long time to get anything in the other direction. I'm going to swing round to the left in a tick because we've got a lorry there. Dutch. I thought it might have been the start of a little convoy over the other way, but doesn't seem as though that's going to happen. Most of the commercials are heading from Manchester towards Sheffield, with exceptions. Ah, Dave, exceptions prove the rule. A nice old Land Rover just went by. Let's turn back where the action is. Although we do get some the other way. If I want a still shot, I just sort of spin round while the videos are filming and get a shot the other side. Why not? Can't touch you for it, you know. Going over the other side. Know what I mean? He's a sleep, that guy. He's really peed off. Nice big thumbs up there. It's lovely when people sort of respond to your smiles and waves and thumbs up. Well, it's not over to the big lady, fat lady sings, and she hasn't sung yet. So I'm still chugging away. 3 meals on my wagon, and I'm still rolling along. Who remembers that? The Cherokees are after me. We're probably not allowed to sing that now. You'd have to say the sort of nation's first people nationality thingy doings. What's it? People. Gosh, I tell you what, I find it very confusing all this being politically correct, because sort of naturally I'm not really, but when you're on the sort of media you've got to watch what you say. Well, I think might be a completely and utterly different thing. I know now and again some of you seem to have sussed that. Don't go broadcasting it too wide. Yeah. Oh dear. We know what we think, don't we? We know what we think. I was just talking to a lady with a dog there, and she asked me very nicely what I was doing, what I was filming. I said, "Oh, doing the lorries." And she said, "Trolleys?" I said, "No, lorries." And we really struggled. So I said, "Trucks." Oh right. Well, it took a lot of doing, but then when I first came up north from down south, I had a terrible problem with my accent. But then Mandy said it was my accent that attracted her to me. No accounting for taste. Never mind, what is it, 48 years and we're still together. Oh yes. Never a cross word. Well, not within 5 minutes usually. Really grinding to a halt again, isn't it? Ah, we've got a wave there. The other side of the road has its uses now and again. So I don't mind people asking what I'm doing, and I'll quite gladly tell them what. And then you get a whole inquisition as to why you're doing it, what are you doing it for, and you think it's easier just to tell them where to go. Oh, we're back to our other side, our popular side. Willie Stovart's heading along. Well, this is a bit of the speed that the Queen's state funeral was travelling at yesterday. Oh dear, it was a long day though. I watched it. I watched it from the beginning to the end, and I watched no repeats whatsoever. I'd seen it, and I can add that to my long list of state funerals in Britain, which now consists of 2. So who was the first one, Dave? The first one was when I was a youngster, and it was Winston Churchill. Obviously he wasn't a monarch, but because of his efforts during the war, it was decided that he should have a state funeral. Rather a strange character really, Winston. He sort of he made good in the end. His life was up and down, chopped and changed to political parties. He'd been a correspondent. He'd been a lot of things, but in the end the country seemed to think he was worth it, and they accorded him a state funeral. Mandy has actually lived through 3 state funerals, because Mandy's a tad, teeny weeny bit older than me, only just a little bit, and if I'd been born a few weeks earlier, I would have been born during the reign of the Queen's father, and King George VI. Of course, he's the one who took the throne when his brother Edward kicked it into touch, because the country didn't like the woman he'd married, an American woman. I'll say no more about it. I suppose you all sort of know all the stories, and you all know the stories about what the King's brother got up to. Anyway, he abdicated, and the Queen's dad had to take on the role. He had a terrible stutter, and he had lessons to overcome it. He was never sort of completely relaxed talking, but they stayed in London throughout the Blitz during the Second World War, and I think that endured them to the country. Of course, the King and Queens weren't that sort of close to the public like they are now. Of course, a lot of these drivers have seen me all over the country. Perhaps they've seen me abroad. I've certainly been spotted. I've been spotted in many countries actually. Malta, Republic of Ireland, just to name a couple. Hong Kong, Singapore. As my fame or notoriety seems to spread. What a lovely wagon that is. Look, absolutely spotless. Look at that. And that's not going to a show, that's at work. Oh, wouldn't it be marvellous if they all turned out like that? Full marks for effort there. I sort of work between the hook of Holland and Essex. Nice to see anything with a noticeable livery, and it's not white. It's from East Yorkshire. Oh, we're running out of lorries at the moment. Traffic has built up though, and that's why there have been all the suggestions for things like a tunnel from here to Yorkshire. Of course, there are those this side of the hills that say, well, you might as well just keep going and sort of go straight to Holland. Who wants to go to Yorkshire? Well, I do. I go and film the buses there. It's not bad. It's not as bad as I always make out, really, is it? This is some lovely people that we know who come from Yorkshire. That's the bit that often used to cause a bit of aggravation when they sort of try to come round all the time. What if they changed the road markings to make it a little bit more obvious what you need to do? But there don't seem to be the blasts and shouts that there used to be. I can take you to a few roundabouts where you do get that, and I know a lot of you have been there with us, haven't you? Goodness me, the one at Newark, there's two at Newark that's like that, really. I think it's, if you come from Newark, you're so desperate to get out, you get involved in all these sort of pile-ups trying to get through the roundabouts. Mind you, not as bad as Loughborough, is it? Have I told anybody about Loughborough? Of course you have, Dave. Loughborough is my worst place in the United Kingdom, next to Oban. Now we're going to go over the other side, and somebody on their way that looks not too bad. Anything good. Not a foreigner though. Marks and Spencer's, our grocers. No, hear people talking about grocers now, like we used to. All your food shopping and all your cleaning stuff, that type of thing, all come from the grocers. I have still no idea what's going on with all the cars, unless the M62's shut. Sometimes when the M62's shut, it causes all the traffic to come over this way. We're spinning around, apologies for that. So we can catch this one. Well, that's another program in the bag, as they say, and it's been lovely having you along with us on our trip over the Woodhead and back down to Hyde. And it's still September 2022, and yesterday was the state funeral for Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, and we now got King Charles III on the throne. So all change there, not that much change on the trucking scene though, and it's great to have you along, it always is. And stay well, stay safe, and be good, and be nice to other people if you can, because we're living through difficult times. And I look forward to meeting up with you in the near future. It won't be long before I'm packing up, heading home. Nice brew, nice cup of tea, piece of cake or a biscuit, can't beat it. Anyway, God willing, we're all going to be meeting up in the very near future for another one of our transport adventures. Ta-ra for now, bye everybody.